of Morning Scone, presented by Barack, the Banners Orthopedic Clinic, and Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Do business with someone you know. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Excuse me, I'll clear my throat a little bit this morning. A little frog in my throat.
Welcome to Puerto Rico.
Nope, not Puerto Rico. That's a pre-roll. They must know I booked a trip recently. Erica and I going on a anniversary trip coming up in February. Very much looking forward to that. All right. So, big day. Yesterday, we talked a lot about LSU landing Gregory Brooks and Noah Kane in the transfer portal. And then Friday, we saw LSU land Kyron Lacy. That would be GameCoin ambassador athlete Kyron Lacy, who is committed to LSU as a transfer. That's pretty significant. So Kyron Lacy, kid from Thibodeau, who went to ULL, as a freshman in 2020, consistent first 2 years there in Lafayette. Hang on one second, y'all. There we go. Consistent first 2 years in Lafayette. As a freshman, 22 catches, 304 yards, 6 touchdowns. I'm sorry, that was this year. As a freshman, 28 for 364 and 4 touchdowns. This year, 22 for 304 and 6 touchdowns. So he's a big play guy, and LSU had he's a big dude, 6'3", 210, so big receiver, and he's a guy who. At a position where LSU has all of a sudden seen its numbers take a hit. Now, I like the 6 guys that they have already, before you count Landon Ibieta. I mean, when you look at Keishon Butte coming back, and Jack Besh, and Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas, Chris Hilton, I like the guys they oh my God. Number 10. What? Well, oh man, I'm blanking. Crap. Caught the game-winning touchdown pass against A&M. Somebody posted. Why am I having a brain fart? Why is my brain not working? Somebody post it, please. My brain's not working right now. Jeray Jenkins, thank you. Oh my God. I was like, wait, it's a J. It's a J. Why is my brain working? My brain didn't find it. Oh my God. Excuse me. Okay. All right. Let's say some good mornings and I'll recoup. Also, LSU basketball today against Arkansas. Benton Alford, Kelly Gross, Derek Thomas, Todd Harris. Good morning, Brian Tracy. We had a wild night last night at the Scone House. This is why we got a late start. Wild night at the Scone House. We watched not 1, but 2 episodes of $1 Million Listing Los Angeles. And stayed up past midnight. Whoa. Just saying. We get crazy around here. Chris Anthony, what's up? Are most of the transfers coming in from Louisiana? Pretty cool. So, yeah, I mean, so far, you've had the only one not from Louisiana is Mekhi Gardner, who played at ULL, but he's from Texas. Kelly Presley, Ruben Brockmate, good morning. Still bummed about the Saints. Me too, Ruben. It'll be a while. Todd Harris, how many more transfers can Brian Kelly sign without burning scholarships? Is 7 the max no matter how? No, it's 7 over the 25. So keep in mind, so you can sign 32 basically. Jacob Battaglia, Bill Schmid, Sherry Gotro, Eric Hart. What's up, Eric Hart? Good morning. Greg Duga. If what Will Wade is doing doesn't excite you, you better check your pulse. You may be dead. Boot up. I totally should have put that on there, Craig. If you missed it last night, we got word Will Wade got the commitment from Marvel Allen, who is a 5-star for the class of 2022. He got another 5-star. Woo! Oh, he's going to keep triggering everybody around college basketball. Troy Fuselier, what's good? Scott Basto, Timothy Landry. Hey, Mark, good morning. Derek Thomas, Blake Morgan. Happens to the best of us. Just give me a few more minutes to get the brain firing. Stephen Wallace, say Stacy Fontenot, good morning. Lawrence Burley, Bill Gallion, good morning, good morning. Let's see, Will Wade demands a sellout 1 p.m. today, national TV for LSU basketball ahead of a snowstorm. Are we supposed to get snowed? We're not getting snow tonight, are we? I know it's supposed to be cold. But yeah, it's going to be a great crowd. Look, Bill, or Mark, excuse me, I think, look, did you see the crowd Thursday for LSU women against Mizzou? I mean, and that wasn't even a driving effort to pack the PMAC, and they had to have 5,000 people in the building. I mean, it's let me see what the attendance was for that game. It just goes to show you the buy-in they have, and they're playing so good right now too. Let's see, they had. Let's see, I said 5,000. There were. Oh well, they listed paid. Oh no, 5,964. So they were actually closer to 6,000 in attendance. So yeah, it'll be packed out today. Katie Lee, what's up? You party animal. Y'all need to act your age and calm down. Mark, is your Hudco roof ready for the snow accumulation? Are we really supposed to get snow? Is that I mean, I heard we're supposed to get, it's supposed to rain all day today. And then, it's supposed to rain all day today. And it'd be like freezing tomorrow. Yeah, it's only gonna be 36 tonight. We're not getting snow. What you talking about? Let's see. We ain't getting any snow. Come on, man. It's gonna be beautiful the next couple of days too. Morning clouds, afternoon sun on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, beautiful. Beautiful days. Highs in the low 60s, lows in the 33 on Monday night. All right, say what's up these YouTube peeps. Joey Vincent, Dwayne Boudreaux, Glenn Garner. Thank you, Glenn. Josh Blackman, good morning. Do you like Burrow's chance to get a win today? I do. They're favored and they should win. Respect to the job that the Raiders have done keeping it together after John Gruden's midseason firing. But yeah, for sure. Elite Goods, what's going on? Trivia Carter is Gamecoin hiring. Depends on what position, Trivia. What you got in mind? Brian Kelly to GOAT. Morning, Matt. I'm pulling for Bengals in the AFC and Cardinals for the NFC. You pulling for anybody? Definitely pulling for Joey B. I don't cheer for other teams in the NFC. That's the Saints' territory. So I'll gladly plant my flag in the Bengals corner. I wouldn't be upset to see Clyde get healthy and the Chiefs make another run too. But yeah, man, I'd love to see Burrow make a run. I do think they win today. Brown Bear 765. Morning, Matt. Had some drinks last night with an old friend who became quite a big whiskey guy. Only reason I knew most of what he was talking about was from watching you. All right, Brown Bear. Thanks for watching, man. Eric Wilderrotter, what's good? I was crying listening to the 38 car sticker rant on the money. If you missed Terrio's letter yesterday, maybe his best work. And he essentially targeted everyone in Baton Rouge at some point with his letter yesterday. From the moms who have the 30A sticker on the back of their Denali to the Catholic High people have the Cur Dog sticker. To the family stickers, really good. Raymond, good morning, Matt. Is Fitzgerald West a guy that can start at center as a freshman? You know, Raymond, I don't know, man. And the reason I'll tell you is he's never played center. I mean, he was a defensive lineman. He went to LSU's elite camp. They asked him to work out at center, and they offered him on the spot. But he's never played it, so it's really hard to imagine stepping in as a true freshman, having never played that position where you're not only are you in the middle of the line handling the ball every play, but you're also making calls. Hard to imagine. What you really need is for Charles Turner to take that step. You know, he'll be going into year 4. It's time. It's time for you to physically be there and to be ready to be a starter in the SEC. Kyle DeVille, Raymond, what's up? Greg T, what's going on? Drink more coffee. Greg T bought more Game Coin after the AMA yesterday. Didn't think I could be more excited than I already was. Thank you so much for watching. Yes, so for those who were who were interested, did an AMA yesterday. AMA is Ask Me Anything, by the way. With David Mailer, who's the co-founder, CEO. I hosted it. It was supposed to be on the GameCoin YouTube channel. I completely screwed that up. I didn't have the GameCoin YouTube channel set up for live streaming. That was completely my fault. So we went to go live, and it was like, it will take 24 hours before your channel is approved to go live streaming. And I was like, oh my God, I'm such a moron. I just took for granted because I do it every day for my channel. So we went live on my channel and tried to share the link to all the GameCoin social media channels. But it's there if you want to watch it. It's about 45 minutes. And if you've ever wanted to learn more, you want more questions answered, it's there on my channel. So you can go watch from the GameCoin AMA with David Mailer from yesterday. And yes, Greg, you can understand why at a tenth of a penny or nearing 2/10 of a penny right now, it's an incredible bargain. That's why I keep saying it's going to be transformative for our community. Brandon, good morning. Glenn Garner, what's up? Ray Donovan movie was good. Kyle Milliken, Brett Guidry, Larry Trosclair, what's up? Pegasus J, what's good? Janet Anderson, I saved the right radio hour for my morning walk, so good. Out to boot, what's up, Matt? Hope you're having a good morning. Brush my teeth in morning scone, yes, sir. Rapping Batches, good morning. Keith H, what's good? Will there be a Matt Moscona at GameCoin? No, Keith, just for athletes. I'm not an athlete, so I will not have my own fan token. I will not. These Louisiana transfer guys coming back to Louisiana, is it more Frank's stamp, do you think? Oh, that's part of it for sure, especially when you look at Brooks, Fouché, being New Orleans guys, and then Noah Kane, who's running back, so he's going to be playing for Frank. So yes, I think that's a huge Frank. We talked about, look, when Kelly went out and signed Frank Wilson and brought Frank Wilson back, talked about how significant that was, and you're seeing it already for sure. Noel Reyes, good morning. Rapping Bat, just stuck at home with COVID-19. Sorry to hear that, man. I hope you're feeling all right. Most people seem like they are with Omicron. So hope you're feeling all right. Just do what society tells you to do, I guess. Just do nothing for a few days. Feel better. Kyle Milliken. It was funny hearing Terry talk about people's vehicles when he drives a high schooler truck. I don't think he was talking about more the vehicles, more the stickers on the vehicles. But yeah, the truck that he drives is, and a high schooler's truck. You've seen Terrio's truck. He drives Bigfoot. It is massive. Let's see. Morning, Matt. Go Tigers. Quick question. Is it true you're not a fan of Tiger Bait? Tiger Bait? Like the chant Tiger Bait? Well, you put radio show. What's the Tiger Bait? I don't know what the Tiger Bait radio show is. Is it true you're not a fan of it? I don't even know what that means. Sorry, dude. Explain. I don't know what that is. David Hindenburger, good morning. Found out my neighbor's house was built by Hudco in the 318. Going to be replacing her roof soon. When I heard it, I said, "Reckon to the song." Yeah, man. So Hudco's been around for 20 years. It's Jeff Hudson, hence Hudco. And Jeff started building custom homes. He builds beautiful custom homes, and there's a roofing division as well. So that's where Hudco is rooted. Keith H, great AMA yesterday. Thank you so much. Shane O'Mac, morning. Pool league last night. Donuts this morning. LSU today. Boot up. Love it. Brett Gidry, Keith H. Think watching Matt on the mat qualifies you as an athlete. I should have live streamed that. Next time we do it, I will. Rapping batches, literally feel nothing good. Wife is sick. Affects everyone different. Yeah. No doubt. Let's see. Zane Road Truck. Do you think the college team winning the national championship has any effect on the local NF team's outlook going into the next season? I don't. I mean, because most of those guys that play on the NFL team have nothing to do with the local college team. You know, they have their own allegiance to the team they played for. Kevin Toller, what's good, man? 13 in a row on the opponent team under team total. Yes. He's my dear friend Kevin Toller there is discussing a wagering. LSU has held 13 consecutive opponents under their team total. So if you want to bet like Arkansas's team total today, he's saying bet the under on Arkansas's team total. Corey Lalonde, in all fairness, on AFR, yesterday you sounded more like a Ron Burgundy than a classic NFL films guy. Dude, all right, in fairness, John Facenda is a baller. Like, maybe the most iconic voice in sports. When you hear John Facenda's voice, you know what you're listening to. I can't be John Facenda. I'm not John Facenda. So I did the best I could. Lambeau Field. It's just never going to sound exactly the same. Blake Morgan, Anthony Gugliel's. Morning, Matt. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much. Enjoy Rufinos tonight. We will. Thank you very much. About to leave Mandeville. Had to BR for the basketball game. Excited to see the Tigers play. They should be good tonight. I'm sure everyone knows, no Eric Musselman on the bench today for Arkansas. So Baton Rouge native Keith Smart will be the acting head coach for Arkansas. Look out for J.D. Notte. Averages about 18 a game. He's Arkansas's dude. And I will be very interested to see if the Tigers, whoops, sorry. Oh, sorry. Hang on a second, y'all. Thank you. My apologies. Okay. So be interested to see how they handle Notte, who's a guard that just screams Eric Gaines. Go get all up in his jock all day long. Notte averages 18 a game. Arkansas 1-3 in conference. Their lone win was their most recent game against Missouri this week, where they doubled them up. It was 87-43. But they lost their first three conference games. They lost at Mississippi State. They lost to Vanderbilt at home. Then they lost at Texas A&M. They're just not playing very good basketball. Had a nice pre-conference, but have had a really rough start to the league, and they haven't even played. Like, this will by far be their toughest league game so far against LSU and on the road. So, and they don't have a ton of size. I mean, Jalen Williams is 6'10". Connor Vanover is 7'3". We'll see how much of a role he plays in this ball game tonight. He only averages 4 points and 2 boards a game, so he just plays like 10 minutes. So, we'll see how much of an impact he can have. That feels more of just like a guy for size. Let's keep an eye on Efton Reed tonight. This will be, in my opinion, I think this is the game where we can probably look at Efton Reed and say, all right, Walker Kessler, Shibwe, Fulkerson. You've gone against some really elite Castleton, elite veteran SEC bigs. This is one where this one should be the most manageable for Efton Reed. And I don't need Efton Reed to I don't need Efton Reed to go have a dominant game, but don't foul out after 13 minutes. You know what I mean? I mentioned Jalen Williams, who's 6'10". Here's his stat line. He plays 28 minutes a night, 7 points, 8 boards. I mean, Colin Castleton is Florida's leading scorer, right? Sheboy averages double-digit rebounds a game. He averages like, what is Sheboy average? Anyway, y'all know the point. Point is, I'm looking at Efton Reed today. I think Eric Gaines on J.D. Note is the one to watch, but let me see if Efton Reed can maybe have a little bit of a bounce-back game. Ryan Amanda Guidry, good morning. Yeah, Mark, how about that Pels one, 3 or 4? Kevin Abear, good morning. David Wallace, if it snows, I'm betting my Hudco roof will handle it. You better believe it, David Wallace. Zane, how many years do you give Burrow to win a Super Bowl? If he wins one this year, will it solidify his legend status? So look, Zane, let's be real. If I'm not mistaken, I'll have to look this up. I think, Roethlisberger won his first one in his second year. But he went to a team that was already established there in Pittsburgh. And he was and they didn't win it because of him. He managed it. Now, as his career went along, he obviously got better. And the second one was much more, his impact. I'm trying to think of another quarterback that's won a Super Bowl in year 2. Now, Mahomes did it in his second year starting, but he kind of got the rookie year mulligan and then won it in his second year as a starter. It would just feel really premature if they won a Super Bowl this year. But they won the division in his second year starting. I mean, from number 1 overall pick, worst in the league, to division champs in 2 seasons. That's mightily impressive, man. They're on their way. Hey, Dad. Good morning. Samuel Merrifield. Are college players limited to the times they can enter the portal? I mean, the portal's always open. Now, once a semester starts, you can't transfer into another team, right? And play. But entering the transfer portal just means other teams can contact you. Mark said, how did the Saints get rid of Von Bell, Eli Apple, and Trey Hendrickson? They all start for the Bengals. Money. I mean, you can't. That's the thing. You can't pay everybody. It's an old adage, but it's true. Like, when you have a salary cap, you just can't pay everyone. That's why it's so important to hit in the draft, so that way you have starting caliber players on rookie contracts, so that way you can pay your free agents. David Tolson, let's fill the PMAC tonight. Remember, David, it's a 1 o'clock tip, so not tonight. 1 o'clock tip. Danny Braywick, what's up? Kyle Kling, I agree with your stance on the transfer portal being a great tool for student athletes, but do you believe they should restrict players from entering the portal to the offseason, or at least outside of the heart of the season? No. I mean, you don't really see players transferring during the season. You're entering the portal during the season. I mean, if they do, it's because they're not playing. You know what I mean? So no, I mean, are there great players, like impact players, that leave in the middle of the year? I mean, y'all probably going to mention like Eli Ricks, but Ricks had surgery, so he wasn't playing anyway. Glenn Thomasy, Craig Duga, Terrio talking about the pee on insert manufacturer here, all the while not mentioning he used to wear Big Johnson shirts as a crime. In fairness, Craig, Wearing a Big Johnson shirt as a 13-year-old is vastly different than having a peon bumper sticker as a 40-year-old. You graduate in levels of maturity or are expected to graduate in levels of maturity. Kevin Abear, Caleb Brignac, boot the F up. Let's break into that top 10. Win today should do it. Danny Braywick, I felt personally attacked by Terrio's letter. My family owns a place in Orange Beach, so I have an OBA sticker on my car. I ride an Endymion, so preparing for a ball. I mean, everyone at some point during the letter yesterday should feel personally attacked. All of you. Me, all of us. Bill, what did you and Erod do for the anniversary that you can tell us? Well, on our actual anniversary, we didn't do much because it was Thursday. So I picked up dinner. I sent her flowers at work, picked up dinner. And we don't really do presents for our anniversary because it's so close to Christmas and everything. But we're going to go to dinner tonight at Rufino's. And then it is our 10th. So we did plan a trip. So this is the first time we're ever going on a trip without Drew, like since Drew was born. We have never been more than just like a night in New Orleans away from him. So we're going to San Francisco next month. We're going to spend 4 nights there. We're going to do Napa for a day. We've got a lot of stuff planned. So our first trip together, just us, and when she was pregnant with Drew, we went to New York, kind of like on a baby moon thing for our anniversary. That was January of 2014. So it's been 8 years. It's been 8 years since we've taken a trip. So looking forward to it. Glenn Thomas, Will Wade is a solid coach. Can you explain if LSU has true recruiting guru helping out landing these recruits? It's Will. Will's a relentless recruiter and worker. And I know all the jokes that people are going to throw out about strong ass offers and all that sort of stuff. But the reality is, when you win and you have a coach that is a relentless recruiter, that's young and energetic and is something to prove, and he gets buy-in. He is so meticulous that he has a plan for every recruit that he talks to. And that's magnetic for a lot of these guys. And now you can throw NIL on top of it. You're going to get dudes. Matthew Kuhn, I know you told Kuhn. I think you told me once before, and I keep screwing it up. Kuehn. What's up, Matt? Gamecoin video you and David posted was awesome. Very good explanation of everyone's questions. Hell of a job. Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate you watching. I want to do that more regularly as well. But thank you for watching. Please feel free to share it out there, man. Tweet it. Send it to friends who want information on Gamecoin, who are interested. Please. That's why we do it. Do you think there's something going on with the Georgia wide receiver coach hire? Cortez Hankton? No, Todd, I've not heard anything to suggest that it's not Hankton. So I'm going to assume that's the case until and unless I hear something else. James McClain, Vanover sucks against teams that play fast like us, half-court teams. He's good. You're talking about a big dude that's 7'3" that's not running. You want to do half-court sets, his length could be a problem, but that's really, you're right. It's not this type of game. Chris Keller, good morning. John DeRoche, what's up? Clifford Moore. Hey, Debbie Jenkins, good morning. Y'all do me a favor, smash that like button on YouTube. 109 watching, 45 likes. Facebook, we're looking at 88 watching live. We appreciate y'all for being here. As always, shout out to Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. New year, new career. Brock is hiring. brortho.com, brortho.com, brortho.com. And of course, Hudco Roofing, hudcoroofing.com. Do business with someone you know. Honest to goodness, true story. So Wednesday we did Matt on the mat over at Yoga Studio 90. And a friend of mine, Christy, who's a realtor, came to the class. She was coming to ask me to speak to one of their, she came to the class, but then also asked me to speak to one of their real estate group meetings next week. And she told me, I said, look, if y'all ever have issues with roofs when you're doing deals trying to go to closing, give us a shout. We're happy to help. And she said, we should actually have one right now that we're trying to close on within 2 days, like 48 hours. And the house needs a new roof. The roof failed inspection. But the insurance company isn't approving the roof replacement because they say the roof's too old, yada, yada. I was like, well, we come take a look at it. And apparently they've done deals with another roofing company. And this is the unfortunate part of the business. There are some roofing companies, I'm not naming names, I'm not pointing fingers, I'm not doing but essentially they will only do work if you have your scope of work from the insurance. Basically, if you have insurance approval for a roof replacement, they'll come replace the roof. But if you've been denied or anything, like they're not interested in fighting or going through the supplement process or any of that stuff. They want you to hand them a scope of work and they'll go replace the roof. So, I've told you before, we're set up where we have insurance people on staff that's what they do. They will work with the insurance company to get approval. They know the technicalities of the business, and they will file for, they will submit supplement claims and all to get stuff done. And I'll be darned, man, our Mr. Ron Richmond, who's working with Hudco now, I talked to Christy on Wednesday night. Thursday before noon, Mr. Ron was at that house, did the inspection, resubmitted the claim. Friday lunch, full approval. You don't think they're pumped? Now they get to move forward with the sale of their home, and not have to worry about any type of negotiation with a roof replacement? Come on. Give us a shout, y'all. HudcoRoofing.com. HudcoRoofing.com. Especially if you've had a claim that's been denied before, commercial or residential, give us a shout. HudcoRoofing.com. Let's see, Mountain Dew. Morning, Matt. Your thoughts on Tiger droppings? Jesus. I wouldn't know. Haven't been a Tiger dropping since 2008. Total cesspool. And the irony of it, Mountain Dew, is that I have had coaches from other SEC schools tell me they use Tiger droppings to negative recruit LSU. It's the irony. An LSU fan site that other coaches will pull up posts and show it to recruits and say, this is what LSU fans do. No thanks. Glenn Garner. Keith Age. Brett Guidry. Which transfers are on campus for visits this weekend? Brett, I don't remember the list. Well, shoot, man, a lot of them already committed. The other one that I would tell you right off the top is Mekhi Becton, who is defensive lineman from Mizzou, 4-star, who was I think the highest rated recruit in their class last year. Played this year as a freshman at Mizzou, and he's transferring. I think he's on campus right now. George Reitmeyer, good morning. I need the Hudco hustle to get my morning going. Bring it. Okay. Ask and ye shall receive. Okay. Whoops. Sorry, hang on. Ask and ye shall receive. Okay. My bad. Okay, here we go.
Hudco Roofing. Hudco Roofing. When you need a roof, call someone you know. Scone, Ontario.
All you need is Hudco.
Hudco Roofing. Hudco Roofing. Call Hudco Roofing.
364-1007.
All right. I'm glad you just cured my hangover. Elite Goods, we appreciate you, Matt. Thank you. I appreciate you. Trey Guy, Matt, can LSU take more than 7 transfers from the portal if they sign less than 25 high school recruits? Yes. Trey Guy, come on, smash the like button. Scone equals go. Thank you, Trey. Appreciate that. Yes, smash the like button. 121 watching, 55 likes. We can get that up. Thank you so much. Kyle DeVille. It's called LSU Tigers on Tiger Bait. Host Mike Scarborough and some dude named Jeremy. It's a radio show like yours, but not as awesome. Kyle, I'm not being funny. Like, seriously, I didn't know Mike did a radio show. I don't know what station it's on. I'm sorry. I just really genuinely, Mike's a great guy. I just genuinely don't. I've never heard it. Matador64, good morning from California, Matt. What do you think of nickname Father Kelly for Brian Kelly? Seen it on some Facebook groups. Have a great weekend. Like a priest? Like Father Kelly, like a priest? Why don't we just call him Brian Kelly? I mean, I'll tell you, I'll never call him Father Kelly. But if y'all want to, have at it, man. The GOAT, what's good? Jay Benoit, I'm not trying, by the way, Matador, I'm not trying to tinkle in your Cheerios. If you want to do that, do it. I'm not going to call him Father Kelly. I'll just call him Brian Kelly. Merrick Mathern missed the letter yesterday. Sounds like I need to go back and watch it. Top of the 4 o'clock hour, beginning of hour 2. Yes, go back and watch it. EW IV, Matt, why do so many people want to put so many restrictions on players? They want to limit NIL. They want a regular transfer portal. I don't understand it. EW, because all of the movement creates change, which creates uncertainty, which creates anxiety. It's funny how upset fans are when Elias Ricks transfers, but how excited fans are when Noah Kane transfers in. Right? It's a two-way street. So you're going to lose players, undeniably. You will lose players. You're also going to gain players. So use it to your advantage. Y'all going to the Bay? Yep, we are indeed. We will. We actually have a Sunset Bay cruise, a wine bay sunset cruise one night while we're up there. Shane O'Mac, highly recommend an Alaskan cruise. All right. I would love to do it. Your fave 5 head. Morning from LA. All right, man. Good morning. Appreciate you watching. I know it's early out there. Brandon, tonight would be a great night for nightcap with Scone. No, Brandon. I'm going to dinner with my wife tonight for our anniversary. Not going to be doing nightcap with Scone tonight. Matt, heard you mention Andrew yesterday. He's my cousin as well through Richmond. Very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, man. So Andrew, Andrew's my cousin who's 16. He's my cousin's son. So my second cousin. Hard-working dude, man. He was here yesterday at 7:30 in the morning, unloading firewood. So if anybody needs firewood, let me know. I'll get you his contact. Preferably more toward the Hammond area. As he lives in Hammond, but he still made the run here yesterday morning. So very much appreciated. Let me know if you need firewood and you want to support a young dude who's working his tail off. Let me know. I'll gladly shoot you his contact. Donovan Peterson, what's up? Don't be modest, Matt, comparing differences between roofing companies. Look, man, there's a lot of great ones. I'm not saying that. I don't want to sound like I'm coming down on anyone. I'm just saying they're all. It's the reality of the business. Glenn Garner, he's cute. I read that one. My 3-year-old won't stop singing the Hudco jingle. Thanks, Matt. You got it. I'll put it on loop. Hudco Roofing. Hudco Roofing. Brett Gidry, do you think Winston is QB1 next season? I do. Brett, I mean, listen, Brett, I would love to see, I would love to see them be able to land a Russell Wilson. I just think the odds of that happening are so low. Based on what assets the Saints really have to give up in a trade. And Seattle very likely not wanting to part with their MVP quarterback. So I don't think that gets done. I would love it if it does. And I don't have any inside info. But yeah, I think if it doesn't, then they've got so much invested in Jameis already. He's the guy. Gulf South, good morning. Does LSU really have one of the worst fan bases in terms of talking poop about our own players who have a bad game, or do grown adults from all schools do the same? It's not so much Gulf South that LSU is the worst. It's that the aforementioned website is just the biggest one of the fan sites. And I don't know a lot about that culture, so I don't know if it was first or whatever, but that's why. Hunter Perriman, are you surprised no Notre Dame players are taking visits to Baton Rouge? Kyle, a little bit, but I'll tell you flatly, that's a very macro, like 10,000 foot view. I don't have any insight there. Like I don't know a lot about their roster. I don't know a lot of what guys might be looking to transfer. But yeah, I mean, look, you look at some guys from ULL who left to go to Florida, but then again, there's guys that maybe just want to finish their degree at Notre Dame, or want to play for Marcus Freeman, or I don't know. I just I don't have great insight there. But from a 10,000 foot view, yeah, it's a little surprising. I mean, you'd think that there'd be some guys who would follow their coach, and there may still be. Easton should be quite upset today after being allowed to play 30 seconds at Florida. The rim. Better be ready. Well, yes, I think this will be a big day for Tari Easton. I do. Carly Cat, what's good, man? Very surprised Chip Kelly got a 4-year extension at UCLA. They're behind him, man. He nice step forward this year. You got to keep in mind, man. He was starting to improve. The COVID year hit, and then this year they made improvements there, and they got Dorian Thompson-Robinson back for another year, and they beat LSU, which, I mean, Carl, even though LSU had the season it did, that's still a big deal there. So they're finding stability in a place where there hasn't been much. Marcus Stewart, Coach O's going to be on ESPN talking about J-Boy and Chase. It should be interesting. When? Went on San Francisco Bay Area vacation 8 years ago with family. Best vacation we ever went on. Kyle DeVille, Matt, my apologies. It's not Jeremy. It's Preston. Guy is the other guy with Mike Scarborough. Okay. I don't, like I said, Kyle, I just don't know. I don't know the show. I'm sorry. Nola P, I'd go with the free agent Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, Nola P, I mean, I would too, but they're not going to get Aaron Rodgers. They don't have the assets, the draft assets, to send to Green Bay for a guy that won back-to-back MVPs, or is going to win back-to-back MVPs. If Rodgers gets out of Green Bay, I'd rather load up and run it back with Winston, considering we weren't far away from contention this year. Shane O'Mac, I would have been fascinated to see how y'all know how I feel about Winston. Listen, I was the first one publicly banging the drum that the Saints should have signed him 2.5 years ago. All right, so y'all know where I stand on that one. So anyway, yes. Joseph Armato, what's up? You're giving me anxiety wearing a Bears shirt on a Purple Knight. Hey, man. My senior year of high school, we played the Purple Knights down at Gormley in the quarterfinals. Bears won it 14-7. It was difficult to hear because the band played the entire game. The entire game. David Michael Babb and Matt, do you think that the Saints will land Russell Wilson? I hope so. I'm not optimistic. I think if Notre Dame had hired from outside the program and not promoted Marcus Freeman, they'd have a lot more coaches and players like Oklahoma did. That's fair. I think Notre Dame has had some guys transfer out, though. One was an offensive lineman who was in one day announced he was going to Minnesota. He's from there, so he's going to play for PJ Fleck. So, hang on one second, though. Shout out to Brock, y'all, brortho.com. New year, new career. Brock gets hired. And of course, if you need an orthopedist, go see our friends at Brock. Raymond, Matt, for your trip, I'd recommend doing the tour of Alcatraz. Hit up the Castle and Sterling and Napa. Okay, Alcatraz is not going to happen. And by the way, I've been to San Fran before. This is just the first time Erica and I are going together. Alcatraz is not going to happen because there is no chance that my wife is going to tour a prison. Zero. Say whatever you want. You can, till you're blue in the face, talk about all the... There is a 0% chance that Erica Lee Keller Moscona is touring a prison on vacation. 0. So it's not like a 0% chance. So Alcatraz is not going to happen. David, Bab, and Matt, my wife's from LA. Been to the Bay several times. So, yeah, I've been. It is fantastic. It's been a while since I've been, but I love it. Been to games over at what I guess at the time was Pac Bell Park. Went on the windy road, whatever it's called. I forgot it. Went and had some meals in Chinatown. Rode the trolley. Ate at Skoma's, the whole Fisherman's Wharf thing. Yeah, great. I mean, it's beautiful. I'm very much looking forward to it. Coach O will be on ESPN NFL Countdown at 10 a.m. Okay. I bet he's going to be very tan. Did we really re-sign Boros? Glenn signed him to a futures contract. So basically that just means he's part of the 90-man roster for whenever they open up off-season workouts. After winning 9 games this year with 12 different quarterbacks, Peyton's going to go back to Winston. Keep the D together, pick up another wide receiver and tight end, add O-line, pick in the draft. They got to figure out what they're going to do with Teron Armstead. Are they going to pay him, or are they going to pursue a new left tackle maybe in the draft? They definitely have to add a wide receiver. Michael Thomas will be back, but they have to add another wide receiver, no doubt. You need defensive tackle help also. Let's see, Hunter Perryman. In my opinion, I think we need to trade Mike Thomas. Not happening. So, hold on. First of all, Hunter, you're not getting a first rounder for Michael Thomas, number one. It's not happening. Because other teams in the league are going to have the same questions when a guy hasn't played for 2 years, had the injury. You're not getting a first rounder. Okay? So, flush that. You're also not trading Michael Thomas because of the salary cap hit that you're going to take in dead money if you trade him. It's not happening. You're not trading Michael Thomas. And you're a team that is desperate. You are the most wide receiver desperate team in the NFL. And you have a guy that when he's healthy was the NFL Offensive Player of the Year. Get him healthy and start throwing him the football again. I'm not mad at you, Hunter. I'm just saying, anyone who says the Saints can trade Michael Thomas, it's not happening. It's stupid. Get out of your feelings about what happened with his ankle and everything. A year ago, that dude tried to play on a bum ankle the entire year. He tried to play on a bum ankle throughout the entire season, so much so that it cost him this whole season. So they are not trading Michael Thomas. It takes too much cap room. This is where there's again, I'm not insulting you, but this is where people don't know what they're talking about. Michael Thomas's contract. He signed a $96.25 million contract, but what you don't understand is how it's structured is that you have dead money, which means if the player is not on the roster, he still counts against the cap. So in 2022, Michael Thomas's dead cap hit is $22.7 million. If he's on the roster, it's 24.7. If he's not on the roster, it's 22.7. So by getting rid of Michael Thomas, you only save $2 million, but it would still cost you $22.7 million against your cap if you don't have Michael Thomas. You would rather reduce your cap number by $22.7 million that you can spend to not have that guy on your team. You're insane. You're insane. There's no way. Michael Thomas will be on the team. Get him healthy. Get him engaged. Let him catch 150 balls again. Y'all gotta purge that idea from your mind because it ain't happening. Gut feeling, who starts for LSU at quarterback in 22? Brennan. Shannon Mack, Saban goes down this year. Kirby Smarter becomes Bama. It's early, but Brian Kelly is killing it right now. Hard not to be optimistic about LSU's future. Of course, you got a great coach who's won everywhere he's been. He's had undefeated seasons. He's been in the playoff. He's been in the BCS championship game. He just didn't have the horses to run against the big dogs. He will here. Kyle DeVille, the Midwest try. Saints need to stick with Winston, address spots on defense. Look at bringing in wide receiver 2. I'd like to see him get a quality running back to complement Kamara. Agree on all fronts. Golf South, I don't understand how someone can think so highly of Winston but so little of Taysom. Take away Sean Payton and both are garbage quarterbacks. With Sean Payton, both are winning quarterbacks. They're the same. So Golf South, again, more ignorance. This is where you are, and I've gone through this so much. But people with the opinion that you have ignore facts, which is that Jameis Winston was the number 1 overall pick on a total crap team where he was put in awful situations and still, in spite of that, had a 5,000-yard passing season, something that's only happened 10 times in the history of the NFL. I don't care who you are. If you throw for 5,000 yards, 5,109 to be exact, in the NFL, you can sling it, bro. Look at his numbers every year as they improved. Completion percentage from 58 to 60 to 63 to 64. Like, he got better every year as he was growing into the league. And then they basically did what they did to him in 2019 with Bruce Arians, who was a miserable coach for him. You have a guy that's in his physical prime, that has been a starting quarterback in the NFL, that's thrown for a ton of yards in the NFL, purged the interceptions out of him, purged the bad decision-making, which very clearly Sean Payton had done. What did Jameis have? 14 touchdowns this year. He had 14 touchdowns and 3 picks through 7 games. Like, he was on pace to throw for 40 touchdowns and 10 interceptions this year. I mean, like, he was having a phenomenal start to his year, man. Or less than 10. 40 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Like, he was having a phenomenal start to the year. And yes, the more rope they give him with Sean Payton call plays, and then you give him Michael Thomas, yes, he could be great. Taysom Hill's never done anything except get hurt. The guy can't throw a deep ball. His deep ball looks like a high school punt. Why is that hard? I don't understand why that's hard for people to understand. Like, you don't understand. Like, I don't understand how you cannot see this when you have a guy that's made 80 career starts and has a 5,000-yard season under his belt and is physically a freak and like won a Heisman, was the number 1 overall pick, all the measurables, and now has humbled himself enough to sit for a year and wait for his turn. And now he's injured. Like, how can you not be more impressed with that than a guy who's a gadget player? Like, you're emotional about Tim Tebow is what you are. No thanks. Coach O is going to look like a piece of leather. Henry Gordon Bennett is LSU not allowed announced a D-line coach. Yes, it's Jamar Cain is the D-line coach from Oklahoma. Can you explain the salary cap thing? How can team be responsible for dead money if another team takes over the contract of a player? Because that's how you structure a deal. It's set up that way to penalize you if you give a guy a bad contract. So otherwise you would just be recycling contracts. Like, think about it. As the Saints structure deals now, they can convert salary to a signing bonus so they can spread out the cap hit over further years. Well, if you give the guy the cash up front and spread the contract over 5 years and then cut him, well, then you didn't ever have the impact, that cap impact. And what's the cap there for? Eric Trosclair, a high school punt. It really does. It does. Let's see. If you think Jameis and Taysom are equal, I don't know what to tell you. Thank you. There's some common sense that reigns. There are people that are emotional, and I know why it is, but why they favor Taysom, and it's the wholesome good guy. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. quarterback, the team guy, the rah-rah, and like you want to believe he's great, but objectively, when you watch him play the position, he is not. Like Taysom Hill is not a quarterback. He will never be a starting quarterback in the NFL. Could he be the guy turns his ankle, you need him to go hold it down for a week or two? Sure, he could maybe be that guy, but he's never going to be anyone that consistently over 17 games leads you to a championship. And the worst part of it is his best attributes are in that gadget role, and you remove that element from the offense, which is so valuable when he's playing back. Official Friday, who are your two Super Bowl teams? Give me Green Bay and Kansas City. Do you think the Saints are interested in drafting a quarterback instead of re-signing Winston? Maybe Hunter. I just don't know at 18 who's going to be there that they're committed to say that's our franchise. You know what I mean? And the other thing I'll tell you too, I see all the mock drafts now that have like Matt Corral, maybe 12, 13, and then maybe Kenny Pickett down where the Saints are picking. We see this every year. As we get close to the draft, the quarterback needy teams will reach for quarterbacks. We see it every single year. So Corral and Pickett are both very likely going to find their way somehow in the top 10. Happens every year. They'll go to the combine, they'll go to pro days, they'll have a great pro day throwing against air or whatever, and they're going to rocket up boards. It's going to happen. Bring back Jameis or trade for Russ, which is better? Russ is the better player. He's won a Super Bowl. He's been to 2. He's been more consistent. He's closer to the end of his career. There's no doubt that the better option is to trade for Russ. I don't know if it's realistic, but after Russ, then the best option, I believe, is Jameis. Let's see. Travis Young, Winston was a sleeper MVP before the injury. I don't know if I'd go that far. Taysom would be doing us a disservice staying at quarterback. See, why draft another quarterback? You have to develop. What can these quarterbacks class do that Jameis can't? I agree. To give Taysom credit, he was throwing flames before he got hurt against Atlanta. See, okay, hang on. Golf South, 80 career starts, below 500 record. He's won nothing in the league. Bro, giving a quarterback a win-loss record is stupid. It's stupid. I have never in my life understood why we collectively attach a win-loss record to a quarterback. Archie Manning never had a winning season. He was roundly considered the greatest player the Saints ever had before Drew Brees came along. Best season ever was 8-8. Did he suck? He never won anything in the league, never accomplished anything, never had a winning season. Did he suck? He was playing on a miserable franchise with awful ownership that rotated head coaches. James had like 4 different OCs during his time in Tampa. Like, it's asinine to attach a win-loss record, especially when you go to a place that is the worst team in the league, picking first overall. Like, Tampa was miserable. I mean, you can roll through examples of guys who are good. Look at Drew Brees in San Diego. What did Drew Brees win in San Diego? Not a damn thing. Comes to New Orleans, one of the best quarterbacks in the history of the NFL. Like, that's... Do the Saints re-sign Mark Ingram? What do you think LSU football record will be? I've said I'm not giving a record for LSU football yet until I see the roster. I need to know who's going to be here, and then I'll give you a more accurate assessment of that. Dude, that's another one. Golf South said, also throwing for 5,000 yards means you throw the ball a lot. Bull crap. Then how in the world have only 10 quarterbacks in the history of the NFL ever done it? That is the lamest, worst argument ever. Oh, it just means you throw a lot. Brother, it's the NFL in 2022. Everyone in the NFL throws a bunch. That is a lame excuse. I wish this was nightcap right now, bro. I would tee off on you right now. And I love you, and I'm glad you're here, and I know you watch a lot, and I'm very good. But that is the quintessential lazy ass fan argument. That one right there. What he just said is the quintessential lazy fan echo chamber argument. Who has probably never watched him play, has no context behind anything, just looks for the low hanging fruit and throws it out there as if it's given fact. That is so stupid. Hang on. I mean, do you realize there are quarterbacks who played 17 games this year that didn't throw for 5,000 yards? Okay. Let's look at single season passing attempt leaders. Okay. Wow. Boy, this is really going to be devastating to you, Gulf South. Single season passing attempt leaders. I don't even see. Okay. You ready for this, Gulf South? This is going to be devastating, okay? This is going to be devastating to your argument. Most passing attempts in a season, Matthew Stafford, 727 in 2012. Tom Brady in 2021, Drew Bledsoe in 1994, Peyton Manning in 2010, Ben Roethlisberger in 2018, Drew Brees in 2016. Clearly Drew Brees, just a volume passer. Joe Flacco in 2016, Justin Herbert in 2021, Drew Brees in 2012. There's Brees again, just a volume passer. Matthew Stafford in 2011, Phillip Rivers in 2015, Drew Brees, again, volume passer. Must not have been very good at all. Peyton Manning 2013, Drew Brees in 2010. God, that Brees guy must not have really been very good. He must have just thrown the ball a lot. Patrick Mahomes in 2021, yeah, he stinks. Drew Brees again, got it. Just volume. Maybe Brees wasn't very good. Maybe he just had all those yards instead because he threw the ball a lot. Warren Moon in 1991, Drew Brees again, stinks. Matt Ryan 2013. Drew Brees in 2013. This guy, that's all Drew Brees ever did. He just threw the ball. He wasn't really that good, just threw a bunch. Tony Romo in 2012, Josh Allen in 2021, Andrew Luck in 2018, Tom Brady in 2012, Drew Bledsoe. I'm still not seeing Winston. 25, Drew Bledsoe in 1995, Drew Brees again. 2008, Matthew Stafford in 2013, Tom Brady in 2013, Matt Ryan in 2014, Drew Brees. Of course, Drew Brees. That's all I ever did was just throw the ball. Andrew Luck in 2012, Derek Carr in 2021, Jared Goff in 2019, Matt Ryan in 2020. Oh, there it is. Jameis Winston in 2019, that last year with Tampa, 32nd in the history of the NFL in passing attempts that season. 32nd in the history of the NFL in passing attempts. Do you need anything else? You good? Or is Jameis he just has a bunch of yards because he threw it a bunch? I mean, because apparently Drew Brees did that like 10 times. So I guess he wasn't very good because he just threw it a bunch. Again, lazy fan echo chamber arguments. Lazy fan echo chamber arguments. You don't actually take the time to think about the context of what you're saying. You just accept it as fact, and then fans say it and they recycle it. They believe it, and it drives me crazy. Drives me bat bleep crazy. To discredit someone who threw for 5,000 yards in an NFL season is asinine. If anything, I would say that just proves you had no running game and no defense, and more pressure was on you. Let's see. Kyle DeVille. Let's see. Matt's still going to tee off on you in the kindest manner. Bless you, Drew. Hey, Drew, come see. No. Bobby Honeycutt, do you think Daniel Jones is done as a starting quarterback? Look, man, I mean, I saw Blake Bortles get another shot to be a starter. There's probably a chance somewhere along the way, somehow, that he'll get a shot somewhere, but I don't know. Edward O. The more you throw, the harder it is. One-dimensional teams struggle. That's kind of the point. James is better than a lot of the quarterbacks people give credit to. Much better than Cousins or Jimmy G. And it's Drew Brees' birthday. Speaking of Brees, happy birthday. No kidding. Happy birthday, Drew Brees. Does Loomis make a run for Jimmy G? See, here's the thing, Travis. I would rather, if that's what you're down to, keep Jameis. You've got 2 years invested in Jameis, into your offense, into your locker room, into your culture. I don't see the giant disparity there that tells me Jimmy Garoppolo is that much better of an option than Jameis. So no, I'd rather Jameis. Edward O. Bengals laying the 5. I probably would, honestly. I might see if that creeps down a little bit. It was at 5.5. I might see if it creeps down a little bit more. But yeah, I probably would actually. Any chance Deion Smith comes back? I don't think so. What about guys who transferred last year like Taylor and Bug? No. Eric Taylor, I haven't heard anything about him in a long time. And Bug, I don't know where he's going. James Corwin, what's up? Shane O'Mac, most high drafted quarterbacks get another shot. Except Brian Leaf Jamarcus. Yeah. Bobby Honeycutt forgot to ask. Did you ask if you could release the name of the baseball player that's giving back scholarship money? Oh, I didn't ask. I'm glad you reminded me too. I'm glad you reminded me. I'll ask. Let's see. Mark Allen tee off and hit the jingle. Okay, let's hit the jingle.
Hudco Roofing. Hudco Roofing. When you need a roof, call someone you know. Scone and Terrio.
All you need is Hudco.
Hudco Roofing. Hudco Roofing. Call Hudco Roofing.
364.
1007. Hudco Roofing. Hudco Roofing.
Hudco Roofing. HudcoRoofing.com. That's just like your opinion, man. Any more? Kurt Taylor. EJ Cambry. Kurt Colsouth's gotten way too much attention this morning. Tony Williams, David Wallace, Jameis is the likely option. The other guys being mentioned come at too high of a price. Peyton is being to open up the offense. Winston big arm. By the way, Sean Payton is Payton. Peyton is Peyton Manning. That's why I got caught up a little bit there. Drew Brees sucks. Stop with the facts, Matt. You're hurting their feelings. I know. Winston loved being here, is learning the team, loved him, perfect fit for Sean. I agree. Ray Summers, Matt spitting facts. Dude, do better. Don't come up, my man, with lazy statements. Bro, how's your computer keys? That was the best angry typing I heard in a while. Dane Bergeron, Saints could bring back Matt Flynn. No, bro, I think my guy is good and retired. Selling is my high, man. Shelby, Yankees sound the #1 international prospect. All right. Yeah, the lockout's not going to stand. Come on, Kirk. They're going to play. Ray Summers. James gets 2 more years at least. Sean Shepard, need weekend game parlays. What are you thinking? I'd avoid parlays, man. See what Jimmy Ott's betting or any of the guys he has on his show. If I decide to put out any picks, I'll let y'all know. I do think the Bengals at home win today, and I think they do kick in the door. I think they win and they cover. Tommy Leffingwell, good morning, go Bengals. Bill Gallion, waiting for Hudco cheerleaders. Tim Forche, my 8-year-old and 1-year-old dancing to your Hudco jingle. I love it. Telling you, Toby Tomplay, man. The king of the earworm. He's a guy. Nick L., the GOAT debate would have been more interesting if Breeze had a defense like the one we have today. That's very true. It's exceptionally true. What they could have done without the lulls in 7, 08, in 12, 13, 14. Yes, absolutely. Completely agree. All right. Any more? Y'all smash the like button, please. As always, shout out to Brock, brortho.com, brortho.com. Any news on Billingsley or the Bama linebackers visiting LSU? Have not heard. Man, I would love it if they did. Somebody mentioned that there was another tight end in the portal that said the staff might be higher on, but maybe like the USC. I forgot who it was, but apparently he already had like another target where he was landing. Paul Guidry, who are you rooting for in the playoffs? Yeah, man. Bengals in the AFC, and I don't have an NFC team. I would say Bengals or the Chiefs. I'd love to see Clyde do well, being a Callahan guy. I know he's hurt. He's not going to play this weekend, but hopefully he gets back in time for the playoffs to make a deep run. I mean, I'd love to see that. Bengals, Chiefs. Those would be the only two teams that I would really have a rooting interest for. Bobby Honeycutt, what are your bets today? I told you I'd probably go Bengals. And honestly, I like New England to win the game. I think I'm going to make a money line play on New England. Not change subject. How do you feel about men's basketball against Arkansas? Yeah, we talked about it earlier today. That's fine. You can ask whatever you want. Of course, I love LSU. I've told y'all so much for weeks and weeks and weeks. Home teams, especially this year, just the home field advantage or home court advantage is more significant this year than ever. The LSU defense is otherworldly. I'm looking at the line at 6.5. I would bet LSU to win and to cover. No Musselman. I think the teams that have given LSU trouble are teams like we saw with Auburn. Good rim protection, and that's not really Arkansas. So as an Arkansas team that's allowing 70 a game, they're a good defensive team. They're certainly not as elite as LSU. Arkansas averages 4 blocks a game and 8 steals. LSU averages 5 blocks a game and 12 steals. LSU is just better defensively. I think they'll create more offense from their defense. I do think LSU will win and will cover. Come on, Matt. We need the Catholic High fight song for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I wish I had it so I could play it. I tell you what, when Clyde plays the next time, I'll do it. Let's see. A parlay is like donating money, kind of. Bump in Brass just joined the Million Coin GMEX Club to the moon. Let's go, bro. Gamecoin is considering the dip right now. And I'll tell you something. A lot of people are doing. People who did invest early, who have seen the dip now, are cost averaging down. So let's say hypothetically you bought at 2 pennies. Well, let's say you put in $100 at 2 cents. Just bear with me. Well, to double your money from 2 cents, you'd have had to go to 4 cents, right? Well, now at a tenth of a penny, or just under 2/10 of a penny, if you put $100 in at 4/10 of a penny, so at under half a cent, you would have doubled that money. You would have made back your 100. At 8/10 of a penny, you made back your initial 100 as well. So you're even at 8/10 of a penny. At 0.016, just over a penny and a half, you've doubled your full investment. Does it make sense? So a 2x is a 2x regardless. That's why people cost average down. So I know it, but this is the thing people always struggle with. It's like if you have a dip, people will say, I want to buy the dip. People struggle to buy the dip. I mean, again, not financial advice, but it's just a well-known strategy. You buy low, sell high, right? You buy low, sell. So many people freak out and sell on the way down, and they buy on the way up. So the way you really build your bag is you cost average and you buy low. Anyway, so yes, congrats to, who was it? Bump in Brass for joining the Million Game Coin Club. There's a million game coins. So imagine what that's going to look like whenever you're at a penny. When you're at 10 pennies. All right. Any more? Let's see. Golf South. I admitted I was wrong. 6 of the 14 5,000-yard seasons have resulted in a losing season. But they're still losing seasons, man. Let's point. Like 5,000 yards is hard to do. It's only happened 14 times. 9 guys in the history of the league have done it. Like you have to be special to be able to do it. When you have go look at their defenses. Go look at those teams' defenses and see how in their running games and see how one-dimensional they have to be. Like, and there are quarterbacks that play on teams with bad defenses that are one-dimensional that don't throw for 5,000 yards. You have to be elite. You have to be an elite talent to be able to do that. Anyway, do you think LSU can get a commitment from Trevante Citizen? Yeah, I do. It's going to take some NIL money. Scone has captions now? I didn't know that, Andrew. That must be a new Facebook thing. Cool if we do. Did Corral tear his ACL? No, he didn't. It was an ankle thing that he had. It was not knee. Dave Schultz. Morning, Matt. You mocked me mixing bourbon and Coke Zero. Have a great day. I didn't mock you, Dave. I wasn't mocking you. I was listen, Dave, I'll put it to you this way. So Dave posted a picture of his whiskey glass last night on Twitter next to a bottle of Buffalo Trace. It's a great start. The problem is the whiskey was just a little too dark, which meant he had mixed Coke in it. Now, Dave, I'll put it to you this way. I am not a bourbon shamer. Okay, I'm not a whiskey shamer. I say drink what you want, and spirits are meant to be enjoyed, so you do you. But Buffalo Trace is a fantastic bourbon, and pouring Coke in it is like putting ketchup on a steak from Ruth's Chris. If that's what you want to do, okay. But I would suggest, if you're going to put ketchup on the steak, don't go buy an expensive steak. Buy a crappy steak and put ketchup on it. You're ruining it anyway. If you're going to pour Coke in your whiskey, don't waste a good whiskey. Go buy Seagram 7 or Jack Daniel's Old Number 7 or, go buy something crappy. Jim Beam. Go buy something that's $12 for a fifth. You know what I mean? You're just going for the buzz. So anyway, that's my only point there, Dave. I'm not a bourbon shamer. Now I am a snob. I don't want your bad whiskey, but you can do what you want. And I'm not going to shame you for it at all. I would just recommend don't pour a good whiskey in a glass if you're going to mix it with Coke or Sprite or something like that. Yes, thank you, Chance Babin. It's Trigg, the tight end from Southern Cal. But he took a visit somewhere else, didn't he? Oklahoma, that's it. Trivia. Let's try this again. How's E-Rock? Sorry, I missed you. Trivia somewhere along the way. E-Rock's good. I think she's sleeping. She's still woken up yet. 10:20. Erica can sleep all day if you let her. She can sleep all day if you let her. Okay. Travis McGraw, how do we buy GameCoin again, Matt? I'll tell you what, Travis, I'll do you this solid right here. Sorry, I got the stupid Oklahoma fights on my head. Okay, Travis McGraw, here you go. There, GameCoin had videos, step-by-step how-to videos produced. So I just put that in the comments. If you want to use Pancake Swap or if you want to use Bitmart, it's a literal step-by-step video how to buy. The only whiskey that belongs to Coke is Kirkland's $14.99. Sean McKinnon, morning, Matt. What's your favorite bitters for an old fashioned? I ventured out past orange and black cherry bitters. So, I just got a text. That might be about the 5-star safety everyone's interested in. But if I check it, I think YouTube's going to go away. I do 2 dashes of Peychaud's, 1 dash of Angostura bitters in my old fashioned. All right, y'all. I think we might be just about done here. I need to go get that. Okay, YouTube lost that. I had a call coming in. So that was a call from someone. No, wait, by the way, trivia, hold on. No, hold on. Hold on, trivia. Do not, this is where people get confused. Trivia said, "Hi, Matt, I'm not a snob, but eat ketchup on my steak is beneath me." No. I said, I'm not a whiskey shamer, is what I said. Okay? I'm not going to shame you. You can do whatever you want. I am a whiskey snob. I don't want your bad whiskey. I am a steak snob. I don't want your $4 steak. I want a great piece of meat that I can enjoy. Big difference. Understand? Okay. So you can do whatever you want. For me, I'm telling you, I don't want cheap whiskey. I don't want a bad steak. Few things in life where I'm that particular. Steak and whiskey are 2 of them. You can do whatever you want. I'm just saying, if I were you, don't waste your money on a good steak if you're going to put ketchup on it. Don't waste your money on a good whiskey if you're going to pour it over Coke. That's all. Trivia, you could be an investor help specialist over the phone. So when people need help, they call you. I'll run it by mailer. Why hasn't LSU given Will Wade a contract extension? Andrew, because they're, for one very obvious reason, you're waiting to see if the NOA is coming. Remember, they restructured his deal to where if LSU gets is hit with an NOA, they can fire him for cause and owe him nothing. So you're not going to give him a new contract until you find out what's going to become of this. What if Will Wade gets hit with a show cause penalty and he's out of coaching for a year, 2 years? You're not going to give him an extension and pay him to not coach. You know what I mean? Anyway. Okay, y'all, I think we're just about done. Shane O'Mac, best steak in NOLA is Mr. John's, hands down. Okay, I'll have to try that. Well, here's the thing, Gulf South. He said, didn't Kansas give Bill Self a lifetime contract after getting an NOA? They did. However, Bill Self was not punished as part of Kansas's penalties. So that's really the big difference is what if so Kansas can do what they want. They kind of set a standard to say, hey, look, we're riding with Bill Self regardless. The difference with LSU, this is the big difference. That's Will Wade's voice on the call, y'all. That's Will Wade's voice on that wiretap. So if the NCAA punishes Will Wade, hits Will Wade with a show cause, then he's out. You know what I mean? LSU could retain him and have like an interim coach for however long he has a show cause and bring him back. But more than likely what would happen is what happened at Tennessee with Bruce Pearl. Tennessee didn't want to fire Bruce Pearl, but Bruce Pearl got a show cause penalty for lying to the NCAA about that barbecue. And so they fired him. He was a great coach. He won. The fans loved him. He had excitement. It was all the same stuff. But he got a show. He got him in trouble. Got a show cause. They fired him. That's your comp potentially. Potentially. I hope not. We haven't been this excited about LSU basketball. The Final Four team in 06. Trivia, couldn't help myself. Steak should be medium rare, nothing more, no sauce. at the steak should carry itself. A1 steak sauce for clowns. I agree, Trivia. Look, man, give me medium rare to rare plus salt and pepper. Roll. I'm with you. Okay, y'all, I'm done. Is Clyde playing this weekend? No, he's not, Janet. He's been ruled out with the shoulder injury. So, okay, y'all. Travis McGraw, a Desi Vegas. Been to Desi Vegas. Very, very good. All right, we're done. Y'all have an awesome Saturday. LSU at 1 o'clock. Joey B and the Bengals at 3:30. Thanks so much for watching. Do me a solid. If you haven't done so yet, please smash the like button on YouTube. We're at 96 likes. Let's get to 100. 175 watching. Let's get over 100 likes. We're almost there. I need 4 more likes. YouTube, thank you so much for hanging, or Facebook, thank you so much for hanging out as well. Shout out to Brock, Banner's Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Do business with someone you know, Hudco Roofing and HudcoRoofing.com. 96 likes. I need 4 more. There's 175 people watching. We have 97 likes. Somebody has 97. So, if you're watching on mobile, X out of the live chat, hit the thumbs up, and then hit live chat. You see the comments come right back. 100. There we go. We're there. Thank y'all very, very much. Okay. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you. Peace.